Could liberalism be understood as an Agori Dasein um, religion on the basis of interpreting uh, the religion in such a way that we critique its um, core claims and its way of establishing itself through making those how should we call them, the through founding its principles, and then getting them established. We aim at critiquing liberalism from this perspective of looking at those principles and looking at just how they become established. So Epstein has pointed again. So it's interesting because apparently we can look forward to at some point. I mean, just make from an inference out of this sort of super big data of the Epstein files. In the future, there'll probably be an interview with Peter Thiel with I think Ehud the Ehud Barak, the former Prime Minister of Israel. Epstein and Peter Thiel meet on some subsequent occasion from this present one that they came out with the meeting with Barak and Larry Summers and Epstein over a sort of a noisy meal. Epstein in that one mentioned these are the smart boys, Andreesen and Horowitz, and the line Andreesen is selling. So you could take it either way. You could take it that it's Anderson's own personal view, or you could take it that he'd only say the thing that would please the people he's in with, or which he knows that they want to hear, not something that might offend them. He says his view is AI will lead to. His whole view is based on input-output efficiency, on the overall calculation of the economy based on input-output efficiency, on some kind of analysis of labor input, how many tasks go into the system. We're task mastering these people, and we've got them doing n number of tasks, but all of these tasks would be filled out by AI instead of human beings. And his notion that's one input. The other input is raw material. There's other inputs, and then output. What does it produce? So his version of technological economic improvement is only when this overall input-output efficiency is affected, and he said that hasn't actually happened in a long time. So there, in that sense, in that sense of defining technological acceleration, there is like almost none. Only the AI would bring it about. And then he says what would happen is something like prices would universally go down because it would be the same output of products with less labor input. I mean, it's a funny way of talking because it makes actual work like garbage men or coal mines or actual work, which used to be called labor, equal to anything equal to being a financier who's like Besant, Trump's Soros guy. Besant who's used his knowledge of economics not to create a service in the normal way, but actually to stimulate the uprisings in Iran through basically through a torture method, like torture the general population through these sudden manipulations and shortages, and there'll be an uprising. So Besant has carried that out. That's, I mean, I guess you could say that is in a way a special, very special good or service, as it were, very special output. Um, so yeah, you have sort of the picture of an actual telos in liberalism. So liberalism would seem to be an allegory in that sense, in that it presents itself as saying, oh, here's what we're actually going to bring about is this, it's going to be the same, but everything's going to cost half as much and your income will remain the same. So that's the gain in efficiency. I mean, that's the idealized version. Of course, it wouldn't be exactly like that. And so it seems like this is what the Epstein people are saying. This is our, I mean, if they were, yeah, I mean, I guess in a way it's the Trilateral Commission. So that's the easiest way to express it. I mean, if they had an NGO, which they do, the Trilateral Commission, and if they were trying to get good PR for their thing, yeah, they would send out somebody like Andreesen, like Mark Andreesen, and to propound this notion that this is what the acceleration in this domain of AI, where we're supposed to, all capital is now being directed, is meant to bring about. And so that it has a claim, sort of like almost like a Planck claim. Oh yeah, prices could drop by like half on everything. That's the sort of Planck claim. Everything will be that much more abundancy, and so on. Yeah, that's the special. I think that's a special picture of liberalism as, in a way, yeah, they say, yeah, they don't say everything is permitted exactly. They say there is a God, and then because they're saying there is this, well, we will be delivered in this sense. Of course, that's a very modest deliverance, I should say, that the prices of things should go down considerably, although it wouldn't cure a fairly small number of the problems human beings have on the whole. I mean, and then also we don't know how that would exactly affect housing, which is hard to say. So maybe, I mean, we don't even know if Andreesen's argument is really at all intelligible in a certain sense. How would the market strike back? What would actually happen? He's just, in a way, selling something that's not straightforwardly and undeceptively we should accept as plausible. But it is interesting that to have this specific version of the liberal argument, which goes along with the Ukraine war and with the transforming into sort of satellite states, all the countries in the world. So okay, yeah, let's leave it at that for the moment. It's continuing Epstein thematization, and I think yeah, Dugan's right. It's good to sort of find the capacity to develop in Entwicklungsfähigkeit in the that, and to continue to bring it out.